Bring a touch of the French countryside to your home. Hi, welcome to another video. Today we're going to do this beautiful arrangement using sunny sunflowers, hydrangeas from the garden, and wildflower accents in this beautiful Toile pitcher. Let's get started. So I have this really cute blue and yellow pitcher. It's a blue and yellow Toile pitcher that's reminiscent of Provence and the French countryside. I used to have blue and yellow Toile all over my kitchen before I renovated. I love Toile and I love the blue and yellow. So today we're going to do a fun sunflower arrangement in this pitcher. We're going to start with greening it in really well because this pitcher actually has kind of a large opening. We're not using any mechanics today, so we're going to green it in well to fill in some space so that we could put the flowers in. Today we're going to be using beautiful sunflowers, blue hydrangeas from my garden, some green and white Annabelle hydrangeas from my garden, and some feverfew and Queen Anne's lace. Now to green in, I have some scented geranium or citronella that I had to cut back from the garden. It was getting too tall, so I cut it back. I thought, well, why have these beautiful greens go to waste? So let's use them in our sunflower arrangement. They smell really nice and they ward off mosquitoes. It's actually a type of scented geranium. I'm just going to fill the pitcher with the greenery. Not overfill because we do have the thick stems of the sunflowers to put in still. Now, not much is blooming in the garden, but the hydrangeas are wonderful. And I wanted to cut it before it got hot. And I just bought a bunch of sunflowers from Trader Joe's for $4.99 and a bunch of feverfew for, I think, $3.99. So not a very expensive arrangement, showcasing the sunflowers and all these beautiful blue hydrangeas that I have. Okay. I am going to stop. I think that might be enough greenery for now. And then we're going to go ahead and start with the hydrangeas. Now I put some alum in the water. Alum helps hydrangeas drink water. And it's important when you process your hydrangeas to remove most of the foliage, because what happens when hydrangeas don't last is usually the foliage is sapping a lot of the water and competing with the florets. You can leave a little bit of foliage on, but not a lot. And I like the look of hydrangea foliage. So what I do is I will cut stems of foliage and use it in the arrangement, but not leave a lot of hydrangea foliage on the flower itself. A little bit is okay, like one set of leaves are fine. Okay, that's what I have right now. I'm going to fill in some more with hydrangeas. I have a huge monster hydrangea in my front yard. And unfortunately, you know, whenever it starts blooming is when we get the crazy heat waves. And I'm always racing to cut it before it gets decimated by the heat. I wish it bloomed a little earlier. If it could bloom in March or April, then we would have a longer time to enjoy the hydrangeas. But it will, you know, the buds will be there in May and it'll start blooming in June. And before you know it, it's hot, hot, hot here. I just want it to be kind of casual, this arrangement, so I'm not too worried about exact placement. Here's some sunflowers. Now, I've done over 100 videos for you guys. I don't think I've ever done a sunflower video because I have a confession. I don't like sunflowers. I know, it's like saying I don't like rainbows and puppies. I do like rainbows and puppies. I don't like sunflowers. They're okay. I think they'll be beautiful in this arrangement, but they're just not my favorite flower. Okay. See how this is like the where you would pour water from the pitcher. I'm letting some of these hydrangeas kind of cascade over. Then I might add some of these beautiful Annabelles. Do you grow Annabelle hydrangeas? You really need to add that to your garden. It is a workhorse in the garden. Now they bloom white and then they'll turn this kind of green color in midsummer. And once it turns green, it lasts for 2 weeks in the vase. It's amazing. And they're tough. You can grow them in the full sun and they are not going to scorch and wilt like your regular hydrangeas. Okay, just going to add a few of the Annabelles. And then there's all these different sizes and colors. Right now there's some white ones still and some green, and these are the small Annabelles. I have giant Annabelles, huge amount of variation. See, this is some of the larger Annabelles. This is not even the largest. We have much larger heads than this. They're almost impossible to use unless you're doing a really massive arrangement. I like the small Annabelles too because they almost give you that feeling of, I don't know, like Queen Anne's lace or Bishop's weed or something like that. Really pretty, kind of country looking. This one, the stem is broken. I'm going to put it back. Could use it in a shorter arrangement. This is kind of just a casual arrangement, so I'm not going to worry about exact placement. I want it to kind of look just kind of thrown together, like we gather these from our garden in the French countryside and just threw it together. Okay. Then I'm going to add some feverfew. I think the feverfew, having that sort of daisy-like flower, just kind of echoes the shape of the sunflowers. The feverfew is looking a little sad, isn't it? Well, we'll see if it perks up a little bit after we recut the stems and put it in the arrangement. It's been really, really hot here, over 100 degrees for several days. So the flowers in the garden are not doing great. So the little daisies are looking okay, but the leaves are looking very sad. I just bought this a couple of days ago. I don't know what's wrong with this feverfew. But we're just going to see the tops of them, so I think we're going to be okay. So I'm using the feverfew as a filler, and it's got that wildflower look that I think goes really well with the hydrangeas and the sunflowers. Oh, it's just looking so sad. Okay. I'm not going to bother with these. They're kind of too wilted to use. Then I'm going to use some Queen Anne's lace here. It's a really fun kind of wildflower looking arrangement. Now, those of you who are sharp, you'll notice that I'm using faux Queen Anne's lace. I don't have any Queen Anne's lace in the garden, and I can't find them very often around here. Of course, I can go to the San Francisco Flower Market, but I haven't been for a few weeks, so I don't have any Queen Anne's lace, so I'm using some faux Queen Anne's lace that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. They're so realistic, you can't tell. I think I'm going to add in some hydrangeas on top. There we go. Okay, we're all done. Beautiful casual arrangement in a blue and yellow toile pitcher of yellow sunflowers with blue and green and white hydrangeas, reminiscent of the French countryside. So I hope you had fun and learned something in this video. I really love this arrangement, and maybe sunflowers will grow on me a little bit. I'm going to enjoy this in my kitchen this week. As always, please like and subscribe, send me a comment, and I will see you in my next video.